What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Hollywood Steve coming at you with another episode of the Hollywood Steve Wrestling Podcast, where we break down the biggest stories, hottest matches, and all the chaos happening across the wrestling world. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and join the conversation in the comments. Let's get into it. So, today, we're going to talk about the biggest stories shaking up the wrestling world, and trust me, there's a lot to get into. WWE storylines heating up, heading into the next PLE, AEW developments that have fans buzzing, surprise returns and shocking moments, and the matches that absolutely stole the show this week. So let's break it down. So the WWE breakdown. All right, let's start with WWE because things are getting spicy, and yes, they are. Things are definitely getting very spicy in the WWE right now. So this week we saw major storyline progression, a couple of standout matches, some questionable booking decisions, which is the norm with WWE recently, and a few moments that had the fans losing their minds. The biggest talking point right now is WWE's main event scene, and honestly, it feels like we're heading towards something huge. It does. It really does. We're going to break down switching gears to AEW, and man, they are not slowing down. AEW delivered high energy matches, a couple of promos that absolutely cooked, especially from MJF. That dude can cut a promo. Holy crap. And some long-term storytelling finally paying off. The biggest question now is AEW's direction heading into their next major show. Are they building momentum, or are they throwing too much at the wall? Let's talk about it. And then finally we're going to talk about the match of the week. Now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the show, the match of the week. And this week's pick goes to, and we'll get into that. And why do you want to watch the Hollywood Steve Wrestling Podcast? Because it has everything. Or why do you want to watch the WWE? Not just my podcast, but why do you want to watch the WWE? Because it has everything: pacing, storytelling, crowd energy, and that big fight feel that wrestling fans live for. That's right, guys. All right. Speaking of news, right here we have. Now I wanna back up a little bit. So, if you guys are not familiar with Enzo Amore and Big Cass, they were part of WWE back in 2017, 2018-ish time frame. Okay? They were on par to do something big. There was big things ahead for them. But unfortunately, they split them up. They put Enzo in the cruiserweight division, had him become the cruiserweight champion, and things just kind of fell apart from there. And he's been wrestling on the independents the last few years. Totally changed his look. He's more built, more muscular. He's put on a lot of muscle. So let's get into what's actually happening right now. As of late May 2026, Enzo Amore was spotted at the WWE Performance Center. Multiple reports say Enzo was seen at the Performance Center ahead of an NXT taping, which ignited the current wave of speculation. WWE is internally interested in reuniting the team of Enzo and Cass. And WrestleVotes and Fightful Select report that WWE producers, especially those who worked with them in NXT, are pushing for a reunion as WWE tries to rebuild its tag division. As they've obviously, as we know, they've let the New Day go, the Motor City Machine Guns, the Wyatt Six. So they've let a lot of tag teams go. So they're looking to rebuild the tag division. This would not be a bad team to do it with. Big Cass, or Big Bill, as he's known in AEW, may soon be a free agent. His AEW contract is reportedly set to expire at the end of May or early June. And he has barely been used on AEW and ROH TV in 2026. I mean, I haven't even seen the guy. This timing is a major reason the rumors are heating up. Enzo has stopped taking and here's the other thing. Enzo has stopped taking indie bookings. Promoters say Enzo is turning down future dates, something he never does, and they believe he is WWE bound. WWE has not officially announced anything. Every major outlet stresses the same thing. This is still a rumor, but the strongest one in years. No TV, website, or social media confirmation from WWE has been announced yet. So here's why the rumors are so strong right now. WWE is actively retooling the tag division. Enzo was physically at the Performance Center. Cass's AEW deal is expiring at the perfect moment. Both men still have good relationships with NXT era producers, and WWE has been aggressively scouting outside talent, which they have. I mean, if you just watch NXT, if you watch, they've got Mason, they've got Mason Cruz, they've got, you know, Tristan Angels now, they've got all these indie guys that they've been looking for outside of the WWE. But how real is a reunion? According to multiple sources, there is real smoke here. Athlon Sports, as of May 22nd of this year, Fightful Select and Wrestling Inc. both report that insiders believe Enzo is preparing to sign, and Cass's contract situation lines up perfectly. This is the closest they've been to a WWE reunion, a return, since 2017. Bottom line here, they're not officially back yet, but all signs point to WWE preparing for a possible Enzo and Cass reunion, pending Cass's AEW contract expiration and final negotiations. So, and this is the biggest and most credible movement on their return in nearly a decade. So, WWE they haven't been in WWE since 2018 or 2017, 2018 or 2016, 2017. This would be a huge, huge deal. I would love to see Enzo and Cass back in the WWE doing his thing. Now, I'm going to add something here. Interestingly, if you watch Raw, because there's talk that Enzo's going to, if they return, they're going to be on NXT. Well, Danhausen. If you guys don't know who Danhausen is, Danhausen was a big, huge indie star. He wrestled in AEW. He's been on ROH TV. He's been all over. But he's now in the WWE. And he is in his lab. And he has on this table somebody underneath that table that he is rebuilding. Okay? Rebuilding here. And I am of the opinion that it's Enzo. I believe it's Enzo Amore getting ready to make a WWE return. Getting ready to make his return to the WWE. And I think this would be the perfect time, because if reports are right, all reports are saying that with Big Bill's contract ending in late May, early June, if you line this up right, you could have a return of Enzo and Big Cass. And that would be huge. The pop would be incredible that they would get. But that is the big news of the day. Now we're going to get into a SmackDown preview of tonight. SmackDown is emanating from Italy because this Sunday is Clash in Italy. I will have a preview in another video. But here is tonight's full preview of SmackDown. It's going to be emanating from the Olympic Arena in Barcelona, Spain. So tonight's episode is the final SmackDown before Clash in Italy, meaning WWE will load the show with final promos, confrontations, and storyline escalations. The show features top stars including Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Tiffany Stratton. So the first thing that most likely we're probably going to get is Cody addressing Gunther's attack. Cody Rhodes will open the show to respond to Gunther's assault last week, just 2 days before their undisputed WWE Championship match in Italy. WWE is promoting this as a major segment and the emotional anchor of the episode. So we can expect a heated promo, possible confrontation, and final hype for Sunday's title match. Now, does Cody win, or does Cody lose it to Gunther? I don't know. I really don't know. I want Cody to. I'm actually torn on this because I want to see Cody win. I want to see Cody continue his title run. But with as dominating as Gunther is, does Gunther taking a loss here, does that bring his stock down a little bit if he takes a loss to Cody? I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. So next, Jade Cargill is going to deliver her final message to Rhea Ripley. After pinning Rhea Ripley at Saturday night's main event, Jade Cargill has one last message for the Eradicator before their women's championship match at Clash in Italy. WWE is teasing a tense face-to-face. Then we have Axiom taking on The Miz. Axiom faces The Miz after last week's backstage altercation involving Kit Wilson and Fraxium. That's Axiom and Nathan Frazier. If you guys aren't familiar with who they are, they were NXT call-ups, and they've not really done much on the SmackDown roster, which I'm not surprised. WWE is also teasing whether Danhausen's curse will continue to haunt The Miz in Spain. Additional segment. There's an additional segment expected according to international previews. WWE is also promoting appearances from Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Rhea Ripley, and Jade Cargill. And these names are listed as featured superstars for tonight's show. These segments will likely serve as a final hype for Sunday's PLE. So just a quick summary of what we can expect what to pretty much expect for tonight. On SmackDown, Cody Rhodes responds to Gunther's attack. Jade Cargill sends a final message to Rhea Ripley. Axiom versus The Miz. Final hype for Clash in Italy. Appearances from top stars including Orton, McIntyre, Stratton, and Ripley. All right, so that in other news that I just remembered, Saturday night's main event this past Saturday, Logan Paul injured himself. Logan Paul tore his tricep, and he's already undergone surgery. He's looking at a 6-month recovery time. It's going to take him 6 months to come back. So it's going to be interesting now to see what they're going to do with Austin Theory, what they're going to do with Braun Breaker, because the Vision really has been cursed since they, quote unquote, the Vision since Seth Rollins left, since they kicked Seth Rollins out, has just kind of been lackluster. They've really done nothing with them, other than putting the titles on Austin Theory and Logan Paul. But now Logan Paul's hurt. He's out for 6 months. He just had surgery. He had to give the titles, his tag titles up, and so I don't know, guys. I don't know what is going to happen with that, but just have to stay tuned for that. Now, this Saturday, if you guys aren't familiar with AAA, it is a Mexican promotion that WWE has now bought. They bought it quite a few months ago, but the faces pretty much are now, the commentators are Corey Graves, Rey Mysterio, and JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield. Now, Rey Mysterio is also the general manager of AAA, and The Undertaker is in charge of AAA. And so, or Mark Calloway, Undertaker / Mark Calloway. He's in charge of running AAA down there. And like I said, Rey Mysterio is the new general manager. And so tomorrow, AAA has their next PLE, which is going to be on YouTube, starting at 4 o'clock Pacific time, and whatever time zone you guys have. And the PLE is titled Noche de los Grandes, from Arena Monterrey in Nuevo León, Mexico. And AAA and WWE are co-promoting this massive 2-week special, with week 1 airing tomorrow. And it features a historic mask versus mask main event, multiple title matches, and crossover stars from both companies. Now, the main event is going to be El Grande Americano versus Original El Grande Americano. Now, El Grande Americano, a.k.a. Ludwig Kaiser, and the original El Grande Americano, a.k.a. Chad Gable. This is the headline attraction of the entire event. A sacred lucha de apuestas, where one man will be unmasked and lose his mask. And AAA is promoting this as the biggest identity-based match in years. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Lucha Libre and the mask, if a luchador or luchadora has a mask versus mask match, the loser loses their mask. That is like them losing a piece of their identity, because the luchador mask, the mask is considered sacred in Mexican wrestling. It's considered it's considered to be a very time honored and sacred thing in the world of wrestling in Mexico. And for a Mexican wrestler or luchador or luchadora to lose their mask is very, very, very much a big deal. So that is going to be the headline match. Championship matches also on the card. We are going to see AAA Latin American champion El Hijo de Wagner Jr., the current AAA Latin American champion, putting his title on the line against El Hijo del Vikingo. A dream match between one of AAA's most powerful stars and one of the world's most explosive high flyers. And I've seen a little bit of El Hijo del Wagner Jr., and this guy can fly. Oh my gosh. This guy is amazing from what I've seen. This guy is incredible. So I think that's going to definitely be a really good match. We're also going to get the AAA World Tag Team Championship, currently held by Pagano and Psycho Clown, and they're going to be taking on the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar. Now, this is really interesting because a lot of the WWE tag team guys and a lot of the superstars now have gone down to AAA and are working in AAA now. And just to, as if they're not getting utilized, they're going down to AAA and getting used. And I think that's a good thing. So we have that match, and it's a wild brawl is expected. Hardcore chaos versus WWE powerhouse brutality. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Then we have the AAA World Cruiserweight Champion Laredo Kid taking on, putting up his title against Rey Fenix, and this match is going to be two of the best aerial wrestlers on the planet. Yes, Laredo Kid and Rey Fenix. If you guys have not watched Rey Fenix wrestle or Laredo Kid, go watch some of their matches, especially both of them. The things that they do, innovatively that they do in the ring, blow me away. They will blow your mind. You'll be like, how the heck did he come up with that? How did he think of that? And a lot of the stuff Rey Fenix thinks of on the fly, guys. That's amazing. That's incredible. And a featured match, a 6-women tag match. We're going into the week 2 preview. Las Toxias, Flamer and La Hydra, and Lady Maravilla. They're going to be taking on La Catalina, Lola Vice, and Bailey. Bailey recently showed up in AAA and surprise attacked and helped out Lola Vice. So Bailey's down in AAA right now, and so that's kind of cool. That's a new thing for Bailey. She's not being used on WWE TV, so why not go down to AAA and see if you can get used? I like it. And this match is going to air on week 2 of Noche de los Grandes, June 6th. But it's part of the overall PLE special. and it's gonna special start time tomorrow. The start time tomorrow is 4 o'clock, and you can find that on YouTube. Wherever you guys get your wrestling, you guys watch AAA. You guys can find it on YouTube in the States and other places. But if you guys are in the Pacific time zone, 4 o'clock. All right. I'm throwing a lot at you guys, but there's just some big wrestling news, big WWE stuff going down. So I'm just throwing it at you in this video, guys. So here we go. Clash in Italy happening Sunday from the Inlape Arena in Turin, Italy. 10:30 Pacific start time. And the main event is going to be the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns taking on Jacob Fatu in Tribal Combat. Now, this is interesting because I have been hearing and reading through the rumor mill that Zilla Fatu is rumored to be maybe showing up at Backlash. Or not Backlash, I'm sorry, Clash in Italy to help out Roman. Or help out Jacob. Take out Roman in their match. Because recently Zilla, his last match that he had in House of Glory Wrestling. After the match, the lights went out and he laid down the title, the world champ, the Hog World Championship, and walked away. So a lot of people are thinking he's going to WWE because he has said he wants to go to the WWE, and what a great way to bring him in. I mean, you bring him in to help Jacob, or you bring him in to help Roman. What a great way to introduce him in the Tribal Combat match, because anything goes. I mean, anything goes in this match. And this is back to the preview here. This is only the third Tribal Combat match in WWE history, and Reigns has won the previous two. So we're gonna have to see what happens to Roman here. Is Jacob going to dethrone him, or is Roman going to be 3-0 in Tribal Combat? So if you guys, last week, Jacob Fatu refused to acknowledge Roman Reigns after the controversial Backlash match, leading to this no rules, no count out, no DQ war, where the loser must acknowledge the winner. So if Jacob loses, he's got to acknowledge Roman, or if Roman loses, he's got to acknowledge Jacob, and I don't think that will sit well with Roman. We have Cody Rhodes putting his undisputed WWE Championship on the line against Gunther. And Gunther arrives with momentum after retiring Goldberg, John Cena, AJ Styles. He's retired 3 of the stalwarts of the WWE. Three legends. 3 legends of the WWE. And by the way, AJ Styles is a current and brand new WWE Hall of Famer. He was inducted this year at WrestleMania in the WrestleMania weekend at the Hall of Fame ceremony. So, newly minted Hall of Famer AJ Styles. That's pretty cool. And now he wants to end Cody's reign. Cody is still WWE's franchise star, and analysts expect him to retain. But Gunther is the most dangerous challenger he's faced since WrestleMania. Absolutely true. Gunther is on a absolute run right now. Gunther is absolutely on a tear right now. This is a version of Gunther that I have not seen. Okay, now, if you guys remember WrestleMania, Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. What did Brock do? Brock left his boots and his gloves in the ring, right? Retired. Well, Clash in Italy, we are getting Brock versus Oba 2 in a WrestleMania rematch. And Oba squashed Lesnar at WrestleMania 42, seemingly retiring him until Brock returned to destroy Femi with 4 F5s. This rematch is expected to set up a SummerSlam rubber match, making this a pivotal chapter. So, SummerSlam is in Indianapolis. I believe it's in Indianapolis. And so everybody's thinking that's where Brock is going to officially retire. So this was a semi-retirement at WrestleMania. So we're getting that, and then that's gonna be such a good match. Oh my gosh, that is going to be probably the second most hard-hitting match of the day on the card. That is probably going to be the most hard-hitting match. I cannot wait to see that match. Then we have the WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley putting her title up on the line against Jade Cargill in a WrestleMania rematch. And Jade wants back the title Rhea took from her. So WrestleMania, Rhea beat Jade Cargill to become the WWE Women's Champion once again. Then we are getting the WWE Intercontinental Championship, Women's Championship. Becky Lynch, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, is putting her title on the line against Sol Ruca. And after Becky used questionable tactics at Saturday night's main event, let's try that again. Rewind. After Becky used questionable tactics at Saturday night's main event, Sol Ruca gets her shot at Revenge and Gold. So that is the card for WrestleMania, for Clash in Italy. That is your WWE preview and review for your preview for Clash in Italy, your preview for SmackDown tonight, and your review from Monday Night Raw. Or not Monday Night Raw, but your review for SmackDown. And I will have another video, guys, that will have Monday Night Raw and NXT. I will catch you guys in the next one. This is your boy, Hollywood Steve, saying when you're Hollywood Steve, you're just too so Sweet!